Whoop, whoop, whoop. Welcome to Mundo Madness Monday. Hope you guys are having a big, good Halloween Eve. I suppose you could say that. I'm a little early. Space, what up, my friend Max? Welcome, guys. Meg, thanks, Meg. I saw your show a bit earlier today. Love it, man. I didn't have a chance to really kind of chime in too much, man. I was at work. So, Simsy, hello there, my friend. Jim, what up? And how you guys doing tonight? Over here in Corpus, man, it is raining cats and dogs, and it is 40 degrees, man. Look, space. See, man. Still Halloween Eve. What up, Titan? What up? I know I'm a little early, guys, but I wanted to come a little bit early, and because in case anybody came on the show, I wanted to see if my earpieces would actually kind of work. There's been some technical difficulties, and I think I found the problem space. So we'll see what happens tonight. So we'll see what happens, man. Cheers, guys. I got my little Star Wars cup tonight, man. Look at that. Look at that. It's badass, right? Man, I've been doing I've been drinking coffee out of this sucker, and right now it's my little mixed drink tonight. And I tell you what, how many of you guys ready for tomorrow night, man? Y'all ready for Halloween? I know, you know, I'm not really gonna kind of dress up too much tomorrow night because all my sabers are really out of order right now, and it sucks, dude. But hey, show's got to go on, right? So I tell you what, man. Tonight, I'm going to show you all what I've got in store. This is what I'm going to wear Halloween night, man. This is my little Halloween costume. And it's a little Hawaiian type shirt, but I tell you what, to me, if you really look at it the way I'm kind of looking right now, and I think it's hilarious. I don't know if you guys will think it is, but man, if you kind of think about it, now I'm gonna get out of the picture here for just a second. But if y'all think about it, I kind of look like Balin Skull on a Hawaiian trip, man. I've been thinking about that all day and cracking myself up with that. Man, it may not be that funny, but yeah. Oh, Cincy, thanks, dude. Yeah, man. The individuals had a Halloween party on Friday, and I wore that, and all the guys and ladies saw the shirt, and they loved the shirt, man. They're like, "Oh, where can I get one?" They were all cracking up, and they were all excited about the shirt, man. I said, if I should have brought my saber, that at least something, right? I should have brought a saber and said Balin Skull on a Hawaiian weekend, and I think that would have covered it pretty damn well. I think I might need a few more grays. What do y'all think? Right, some more grays here, or maybe darken the hair a little bit. Then I could be Balin Skull, right? And and then of course I need his saber, but that's another story. That's another story for another time, right, guys? So I hope everybody's doing really well tonight, and the topic is painting chassis. But we can put in more in terms of not only chassis but sabers as well. Um, I'm hoping we can have a lot of fun, discussing painting. What we love in the Star Wars universe is both the chassis and the crystal chambers and all the different things that come around with the lightsabers within the lightsabers. So I've had many opportunities in the past few weeks to go and try some different paints and do some different things. And of course they're the spray can kind. And there's a few things that I've had to do by hand, right? Like I mean I know y'all seen the uh when Megtooth sent me the stand, right? And I painted this all of this right here, the cogwheel. I had to paint all that by hand, man, and with a very fine brush. So and the rest of this after I sanded it down, I think I used it's called gilded brass, the Rust-Oleum spray paint, and I think it turned out pretty well. I mean, you can still see all the lines and everything in there, and I'm not too worried about it. Kind of gives it a little bit of character to this thing, right? So when you put your saber on it, I think it really kind of brings out. And thank you, Meg. Oh, thanks, Titan. Thank you for this, Meg. And Cindy has sent me some crazy cool saber stands as well, man. And I really love the shit out of them too. As a matter of fact, I'll show you guys here. Uh, I just look. This is one of the ones that Cindy sent me, and I absolutely love this, dude. I mean, this is so badass. This is so killer, dude. And he sent me, two or three, and I really absolutely love them, man. Um, and I'm gonna cherish each one of them for forever, because each one of them is gonna be filled up with sabers for sure. But I think it kind of they all kind of put character to. I'm gonna try to try to not drop this, but if you can kind of look at it like that, and man, I tell you, I think it brings out the characteristics in the sabers themselves, right? Thanks, Titan. Yeah, I know. Meg did an awesome job. He was starting out and he was going nuts on all his printing stuff, right? Because he just started out and he printed a bunch of these and he sent me one. I was like, dude, that is badass. And at first, I didn't even know what to do with the cogwheel, because whether it should be all red and all black. But if you really look right here on the outer ring right there, that I painted. I think it was like brushed gold, something like that, right? Since he says gotta have somewhere to put that collection. Yes, I know, and believe you me, man, it's all gonna go back here, and eventually when I get stuff cleared out even more, I'm probably gonna move the bench up a lot further so you can see the background a lot more, and I'll be able to have a lot more point of views for the sabers. And believe it or not, this area right here has glass doors to it. I'm just not putting the glass doors on them because I think it would be a disservice to take away from this right here with with my dad's memory saber right here, in the limelight. So I think the glass doors would do a disservice to having that right there. Uh, and that to me, you know, I really don't want to do a disservice to a whole lot of things. I want to be able to have a great visual. I mean, there's so many great people that have such great visuals in their videos, and eventually I'd like to get to that great visuals where you see, the sabers behind them, on the side of them, or so forth, right? And I think it's important that you showcase what you have in some respect. Even though I don't have too many sabers at the moment, and I plan to grow my collection as well. Slow going, but I'm gonna get there eventually, right? I'll catch up with the people eventually. But I'm building what I'm doing right now is I'm building for me, and then later on I can build for other people, right? Um, I think it's important that I take care of myself first and foremost before everybody else, and get really good at doing these things. And I mean, lately I haven't had a whole lot of time to mess with anything. Truck has been breaking down. Other things need attention. Life moves fast, and you got to pay attention to life before you can pay attention to fun. And to me, this is fun stuff. So this gets put on the back burner just a little bit. But this Sunday, I had probably about 45 minutes to an hour, and I wanted to do some kind of work on the chassis. So of course, you guys know that I bought a chassis from Rich, right? And Rich did an excellent job on there, and I really love it. It's in the hilt here right now. I'm trying to figure out how to put the buttons in there, uh, and what I may end up having to do with the buttons on this one is to wire up the wires for the buttons, get them out of there so that when I put the chassis, I mean, put it on, that it'll be like that. Or I might have to go to smaller buttons so that the hilt, will will get onto the saber because the body itself is having a hard time, and I think it's just because of those buttons are making it a little hard to do that. So I may have to go to a smaller button section and see how that'll fit and go from that point. So I was fitting those buttons on there, and my buttons look great because um I did a little piece for my buttons, and they look awesome, man, and it looks great wired. However, I think the button part of it is just a little tad too tall, and I need to kind of get those where I can get the smaller buttons and work from those, and then see how that works out. Because the body, try to get it twisted on, is a little tight, and sometimes it won't even work right. And I think the buttons are interfering with that. But little setbacks like that, you got to learn and move around those little obstacles and get them done, right? So let's get into painting our chassis, painting the sabers. You know, um, I think I decided that I was going to buy this metallic, Rust-Oleum metallic, right? Bonds to plastics, wood, metal, and more, right? And I figured, well, I'm gonna go ahead, and because I had one of the chassis from TCSS, and I was like, what can I paint it? It's just a plain white, and I decided that I wasn't gonna do the gilded brass like I did the saber stand there, because I wanted something a little bit different because it already has brass parts on it, but I wanted something to bring out that brass in it, right? So I decided that silver was going to be the best option. So if you're gonna, I don't know if you guys can see this here. The the light might kind of wash it out a little bit, but uh, it is silver. And then this piece right up in here is the gilded brass, right? It's gilded brass. So I've got the black with the speaker, and then I've got the gilded brass look right here for the recharge port. Of course, I ain't got the recharge port in there just yet because I'm still. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to do another coat on this thing and gild it, get it even better than what it is right now. Right? Let me see if I can get it in the light here and turn the light just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, man. So you can see that silver right in there, right? So I got the brass rods right here that that are getting covering all of these up right here, and then these are tightening everything down. This right here is going to hold the wires up on top. I think I'm gonna get the little LED and put it up in here. Maybe a little LED that will kind of fit, up in here, the probably the smaller little LED PCB, right? Will fit up on top of here, and everything will just kind of shine down from here. And and then this, and then of course I'm gonna Dremel these down quite a bit, make sure that I can take these off at any time too. Bring them down to where they're almost I'd say maybe about a couple of millimeters up, just so that I can make sure that I can take everything off and everything like that, or just cut them, level them, and then maybe put some shrink tubing on them and leave them at that, right? So yeah, see, you'll have that right there, and then you'll have there, and here I had thought about putting some copper wire across here, but then after looking at it and talking to Tiano Sabers, and you know, I I kind of feel that um with the copper wire, it may just take away from it. So I think initially, just like this, is going to be more than enough, right? I think that'll be more than enough. So of course, you got the battery compartment here, and then the board compartment right here. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to put. I may just go ahead and put oh geez, a golden harvest on here, right? I may just put the golden harvest on here, and I'm gonna throw this into my Vader's the Vader saber. So I don't know. I don't know. It all depends, right? I think after I wire everything up on here and just kind of decide what I want to do with it, I may I also may end up putting some pins up on here and have it do it that way. So there's a lot of things that are going through my mind with this chassis right here, even though it's been a while and me still kind of going back and forth, right? And I really agonized over coloring the way the chassis, because I thought about keeping it just the simple white color, but after looking at it with the silver and then the gilded brass and the other brass parts, yeah, I think that was the right choice to make, right? Because then you have the black right here, and it really kind of pops. It really kind of works together. A lot of the colors just kind of work together, and then of course you're gonna have the different colors with the recharge port, right? So if you give me a second, so with the colors in the recharge port, my goodness. I mean, I think it's really going to bring out, that silver color, that silver tones as well, right? So you're going to really have the silver tones in here, and then all the different color wires that will go and bring, accent a lot of that silver out as well. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, I didn't have too much time to really mess with it, but I really like the way the colors look. I'm really enjoying the colors, and seeing the way a lot of these great artists have come out too. And of course, Tim from Tiffon Orbital, Benji from Nerf Herder, and Jeremy. I mean, oh my gosh, these guys. Some of these insanely hilts and insanely chassis that they paint. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. And I'm really so honored to see their work, because and see such great stuff, and Cinzy as well, man. And even Tiano Sabers has put out such amazing work, and I really enjoy seeing everything, because a lot of these great people and great artists do such an amazing paint jobs on something so small, and it takes time and patience, right, to really do these fine detail works. I can't imagine the time that it takes to get and I bet they're like me too. They just agonize over every little detail as well. Whether they think, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they do it, and then it doesn't turn out the way they want, and it's like, oh shit, I gotta do it all over again, right? So, um, and surprisingly, if you don't have that much time, I think these cans of paints are, kind of, really, they're the ones that got paint and primer, right? Paint and primer together. And just a little bit of sanding goes a long way too, because you don't want to over sand, but then sometimes you need to do a little bit more sanding and see how it looks. What I haven't done just yet is do a paint, sand it down, do another coat, sand it down, and I have not ever done a wet sanding yet, right? And I'm looking forward to doing something like that too and see how it comes out. So for those who are looking at the gilded brass, it's Rust-Oleum, the gilded brass right here. If you were interested in doing something like this, right? It turns out pretty cool. I'm not too crazy, about the glitter kind of part of it. I mean, I thought it would be more of the solid brass color than the glittery part of it. But it is what it is, dude. And I was looking for that real metallic finish, right? I was looking for the real metallic finish. And I could stay with it, and I might do it, I might not. It just depends. The way the coat comes out, and redo it, and sand it, redo it, and do it. Uh, we'll see how it turns out. Thanks, Cincy. I appreciate it, man. Um, but I mean, in all reality, on how many of you on let's say in any given day that you and go and you paint your chassis, you just printed out your chassis, you sanded it down, you take what, maybe about an hour, maybe two, sanding your chassis down, and then you get ready to prime it, and then you prime it, and then you let it sit for about what, another hour or maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and then you go ahead and you paint it, and then you gotta let that set for a little while. So sometimes what it may take about what 4 or 5 hours maybe for an actual product to come out that you actually like, that you're not gonna change, or you're agonizing over details. The color of it, is this color gonna clash with this color, and is it not gonna look right? Is it gonna look right? I mean, you go back and forth, right? Back and forth. And that's the thing. That's a crazy thing. That's a crazy feeling too, man. Agonizing over some crazy colors. And and Meg, man, Meg has been doing a fantastic job with his builds, and then a lot of the color, the bluing and stuff like that of his hilts. And now he's doing the cosplay stuff, right? So Meg's doing cosplay, and yeah, he is doing some absolutely phenomenal work, and I can't wait to see the finished product of what he accomplishes. And and then knowing that he can sew and everything like that, so he's making his own costuming and stuff. That is unbelievably cool, man. I seriously need to learn how to sew so that I can do some of that stuff. I'm actually kind of like, instead of learning to sew, I'm actually learning to become a mechanic almost, because I did some work on my truck myself. I watched a few videos and like, I think I can do that. Yeah, I think I can. Right? That's the mentality. I think I can. We all need that mentality. I think I can. But remember what Yoda says: failure is the greatest teacher of all. You can't succeed at something if you don't fail, right? So we'll see. If I've learned anything, if I've learned anything, and I will, and I'm going to continue to learn to do things. So eventually I might learn to sew and make my own costuming parts. We'll see. I don't know yet. Time will tell. I am still learning on how to do certain things within chassis. Um, I intend to make, you know, save up a little money so that I can go ahead and buy a 3D printer eventually, right? Titan says it's good to see the LGT and THQ companies upgrading their chassis. Yeah, Titan, it is. I think it's beneficial for every kind of company to upgrade their chassis, no matter what company they are. But, and I find that 3D printing chassis are freaking awesome. But at the same time, it's a dying art to build your own chassis out of hardware. You don't see that too many these days, right? And like I said, I was lucky enough for to get 3D printed crystal chamber from Rich, man. Because I mean, look how detailed Rich's little crystal chamber is, man. Oh my gosh, I mean it's great, dude. I mean it's absolutely fantastic, and the detail in there and how he printed it out, and then the paint job on this thing is fantastic, right? It's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, it almost looks metal. I mean, it just looks freaking awesome, dude. I love it, man. I really love it. And I plan on getting more from him. Plan on getting more from Rich eventually. Yeah, it does tighten. I mean, it looks sick, dude. Hey, Chet, man, how you doing, dude? Thank you for stopping by, man. Awesome, awesome. I'm glad you came by. So we're talking about painting chassis, but Rich says when I paint my chambers, I always do a coat of really glossy black as a base coat, then use a metallic gold, and as it fades, the black strips through. Wow, see? Wow, Rich, thanks for telling us that, man, because that is definitely interesting, dude. And I really would have never guessed that it had a black base coat on it. I really thought maybe you would have used kind of like a what do you call those metallic powders, right? And a metallic powder to get in there to bring out the black tones in it. And for you to say that you painted it with a base black coat, that is amazing, dude, because it looks absolutely weathered like that. Wow. I'm completely blown away, dude. I didn't know that. That's just so awesome, though. It's really awesome, man. Yeah, it just I'm kind of I'm in awe with some of the paint jobs that that you see. I need to try the powder when I do Mando armor. I want to see that, Rich. Yeah, I want to see that, man. I bet it's gonna come out great, dude. You did such a great paint jobs. And I think Jim was doing some of that electro what do they call it? God dang it, my brain is fried today, dude. Um chassis painting, I usually use metallic spray paint myself. And I should try doing the gloss black undercoat. Laugh out loud. And that's funny because I had thought about doing that with some of these parts, and I actually bought gloss black, right? I bought it. And so I'm like, gosh, now I'm gonna have to try that myself, man. Um, so like, with this saber right here, this pommel, I'm gonna do the gloss black on here, and of course, this is the gilded brass, right? So this looks, um this gilded brass doesn't look too bad on the PVC, saber right here. And I'm thinking of doing the silver up on here. I don't know. Or maybe just the silver here and the black up here. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to get too crazy on like too many colors and stuff. But if it looks great, yeah, why not, right? Rich says automotive paint. I don't know how many people use automotive paint, Rich. I would say I mean I couldn't suggest anything, but I would say that it seems pretty appropriate in seeing that automotive paint comes out pretty shiny, right? So if you're looking for really shiny stuff, automotive paint would be the best way to go. And especially with a high gloss content, that would be a serious killer, man. I think that would work like super, super well. But I wonder how much sanded would be involved on doing that. Would you paint it first with a base coat, sand it down, and then use the gloss right after that? Or do you think that would kind of come out not looking right? Because it probably would come out seeing all the different lines and stuff after you've painted it, sanded it, painted it again over a couple of. You might have to do it what 2 or 3 times, right? Possibly, depending on the level of shininess that you're looking for. I know that when I've seen some of the 3D printed R2 heads, and these guys, I don't know, man, they sand down these parts of the domes and they fill them and they do the bondo and they get it sanded down and then they use the painting and they get it like crazy shiny, man. Like it is actually aluminum when it's not. It's unreal. For the chambers, I don't need to sand because it's resin. So if I'm using a good base coat, a filler, primer, then black, and then gold. Huh. Oh, okay. Wow. That's interesting. And Rich, do you use just a PLA or do you use PLA plus at times? I know, and I think you said there's times you use the resin, right? I think yeah, PLA plus. I've heard a lot of good things about PLA plus and how pliable it really is to the paint jobs you know, that it really brings out the colors pretty well. And it's actually more durable than just the plain PLA, right? For most things, unless it is a chamber, then it is resin. Oh, okay. So resin's pretty solid, huh? Well, I've seen some resin made crystals, and they look okay. They look okay, but they don't really look like the real thing too, because they let too many air bubbles in there sometimes. If you really look at a really good crystal, there's not very many air bubbles in there, and I've seen some of um these resin crystals that just so have so many air bubbles in there, it just looks unnatural. You might have to bleed it, man. Bleed it red so you know that it's a Sith crystal, right? Tough resin, regular resin is brittle. Huh. Tough resin. Resin is brittle. Primer glossy black gold. And we'll call this. Oh, Chet, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I believe it. I'm all for it. Team Rich. Rich in the house. Now, Chet, what it do you pick your colors as far as based on the type of hilt that you're doing, or like how do you pick your colors when you paint your stuff, man? The quartz crystals are super cheap. The key is to get a diamond cutter wheel for the Dremel to cut them. Yeah, a diamond cut. Yeah, they are super cheap, man. I agree. Cause and you know what I do, Rich, is I actually go to gem shows to look for some of the crystals, man. Um, I kind of enjoy going to the gem shows because you can find some really unique crystals. And even though I haven't bought any yet, because I want to kind of, you know what? As a matter of fact, I've got one right here, and this is one of the crystals that I got from a gem show. And of course, it's been cut and polished and all that, right? But the termination on it is fantastic. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to get it like that, but man, I mean, it is just absolutely fantastic. And I can't wait to put this in a hilt later on. And I thought about putting it in this thing, but no. I mean, it might look all right in there, but I like the one that I have in here too. And of course, I've got my cut bullet casing in here for the holder right there. So um, I really enjoy that, and I really enjoy making those those. Sorry, guys. Those cut bullet crystal holders, man. I have it. It's kind of hard to make them sometimes because I've got such arthritis in my hands, and when I cut them, sometimes they're small, sometimes they're big. It just depends on what I'm cutting, right? And I've got a bag of shells somewhere, but and my place, my desk over here, my workshop, my bench is just in shambles right now. Eesh. I tell you, man, when you working and then you don't pay attention to cleaning up your area, it gets a little hectic sometimes. Like this weekend, I went to go round up cattle with my mom, and that didn't even work out this weekend. So when you're all over the place, it takes time, and it is what it is, man. But doing this stuff is my release, and let me see. Oh, you know what? I think. Yeah, let me see here. I've got. Okay. So, for example, right here, right, guys? So here's one that I just cut, not, about a week ago. And I've got to sand this one down. But you can tell it's got that natural patina to it, right? I love the fact that it has natural patina to it. And it's just something that one less step that I have to worry about. And for those who love the weathered look, it's already naturally weathered, man. It is naturally weathered. So this is just time to sand this down and kind of figure how I'm going to set it with another piece, right? And and so I'm trying different things, different sizes together, and some look good, some don't. Like here's a really small piece that goes. I'm just trying different sizes with different things, and who knows? We'll see how things turn out, right? And then again, I could ended up polishing some of these things and then painting them, right? Yeah, so it corresponds to what might be called for in the crystal chamber and so forth. Chet says I mostly spray paint the nylon 3D prints from Shapeways. It's just a spray pen, and I have painted PLA prints after a little sanding. And that's what I did with this chassis right here. I did from TCSS, right? And I've actually ordered believe and I haven't even opened it, and I'm still trying to decide what I want to do. But I actually ordered. Let me open it. I guess I can open it right now. And do I really want to open it? But so I ordered the TCS chassis that holds the 21700 battery, right? I ordered that, and I'm not sure what I want to paint this one, but the silver looks pretty damn good. But I'm not gonna do the silver on this one. The 21700. I'm not sure what I'm gonna put this one with. Um, because and honestly, hold on, guys. Let me get. Uh, I actually wonder now if no, and it looks like it's gonna be too big for this too. So I'm pretty sure this is not gonna work out. So I'm gonna take this out from here and let me see. Yeah, it's gonna be too big for. Yeah, see this part right here. Yeah, from the memory saver. I thought I could probably see. I thought I could get away with it because of the 26650, right? But it doesn't seem like it's going to fit. Try a glossy black. Chet, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna do the glossy black with it. I really think I am going to do that because, yeah, man, what a shame. Wow. So now I know that this is not gonna work with the memory saver. So, there goes that bit. Yeah, but live and learn, right, guys? Live and learn. And always make sure that when you got your leads cut, put tape on them so that they don't get touched the metal and trigger your little PCB in there. I've done that a couple of times and it's like, shit, what? No. So try glossy black, Chet, and I'm going to you know what? As a matter of fact, I think glossy black is going to look extremely well on this one. And I think what I'm going to do is when I get the other components to this and probably the speaker holder for it, I think the speaker holder is going to be other than black. And I think that'll be is the chest diameter too large for your memory saver? Yeah, Chat, unfortunately it is, man. The 217 see, I don't get this because this is a 21700, chassis, right? But yet in here the 26650 fits perfectly. Go figure, right? I mean, it's the perfect diameter for in here. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy. And I really need to get back to fixing up the memory saver. And I'm agonizing over trying to get it to where I can do maybe the pin system in it. Maybe put the pin system back here. I don't know, man. Uh, I don't know. It's kind of tough to try to see if I can fit the pin system all the way through with that, and then the middle piece. It's really weird. Hmm. But I'll keep working on it and see how. Because I mean, for the way I had it was wired all the way through, right? the wires from the battery and the speakers went all the way up, and then of course they get twisted and everything, and then all the way up, and then wired everything really tight. So when I got done with it, it worked pretty damn good. And then for some reason, I probably I probably undid it too many times to where I changed the fonts, because I had it where I could just undo it and pull the SD card out and then do it that way. But I think it's the more I did it, it kind of unraveled and re-raveled the wires, and it kind of made it a little more than, it messed it up when it shouldn't have. I should have just dealt with the Saber fonts and everything, and then just be done with it, and that was it, right? And then, well, but then of course I had to take it off to recharge it. But eh, live and learn, live and learn. I think the next when I work on it again, though, I'm gonna try to improve it somehow, and I'll figure out how to do it because, that and I haven't even painted the one that Albert printed this one for me right here, and that fits into the middle part or the top part of the saber. And it fits beautifully in there, right? It really fits the board and everything fits beautifully in there. So, I'll tell you, I didn't even want to paint this because I really like the way it is, just the way it is. And I had a lot of fun just having it like that. Night, babe. Yeah, wife's going to bed, but I'll still be on, guys. Yeah. Um, I'm not going anywhere yet. She goes to sleep early. I'm not. I'm the night owl. I am the night owl. I'll probably be up till 1:30 this morning. Sound like it's still. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it's still raining dogs and cats out there right now. Yeah, Chet. I'm really hoping I can really build it better than before, and because I messed up the board itself too. It because when I redid some of the work on there, I took it out, and for whatever reason, it pulled some of those tab things, and so it just didn't work right on the board. So I'm gonna end up buying two more CFXs so that I can. It's just weird, man. Like my luck has just been downhill, but my good luck is coming up. Trust me. Oh, good luck always comes with when you got bad luck for a little bit. Good luck always comes around after a little bit. It never bad luck never stays with me. Not in that respect, right? So I'm pretty sure that it'll be. I'm trying to figure out better ways to do it. So and it'll be better than before. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get maybe a different, maybe like three smaller chassis into it, or kind of like half and half. I don't know just yet because this one definitely gonna fit in there in the top part of it, right? But I gotta figure out how to come up with. I want to basically do where the two halves can come together in there. It's three parts, but what I'd like to do is to have it where only two parts will connect the whole saber together, and then it'll have that pin system and it'll work good. And then when I take it apart, I just undo it and the two halves will come apart and it'll be fine, right? I won't have to do too many things with it that way. So I'll kind of figure something out and work on that, and in the meantime maybe have something painted up inside of it as well. Who knows? And then of course I have another project where I want to rebuild this. And of course, Albert has a great chassis system that goes in here. Even Tim from Tirfon Orbital has a great one that goes in here as well. So I want to really get a new chassis system for this because I'm tired of this one being a shelf queen. And I mean, I love it to death. It just I don't want it to be a shelf queen anymore. I want to be able to play with this one. I want to take this one to cons with me, man. I want to also, what I'd like to do with this one is get a hoster made for it as well, kind of like a Han Solo type hoster for the saber, and I think that would be kind of like super badass, right? Since he has returned home, I have acquired an adult beverage. You may rejoice. Let us all rejoice in the adult beverage that Cincy himself has acquired. Cheers, buddy. Cheers, man. I love you. I love you, man. That's why I mean, you gotta have a good time, right? That's what we're here for. We're here to have a good time. Fuck with each other, man. We gotta fuck with each other. Yeah, that's what the Mundo Madness Monday is about. Let it all out, right, Jim? Etsy Mundo has a hoster that you seek. Really, Jim? Etsy, huh? Huh? I'm gonna have to check that out, my friend. Felicia, what up, Mama? Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, Felicia, are you turning on your saber for those kids? Are you making some of those people happy? Are you living up to the dream? Yeah. Come on, what do you got? Tell me you're gonna be Ray. Tell me you're gonna be Leia. Who are you gonna be? Come on, tell me, Felicia. You better have that saber out this tomorrow night, making some kids smile. I haven't had spray paint since my science project in elementary. I bought some Sharpies today and got carded. Did they figure you for the toddlers or what? Did they try to put you in the toddler section, Felicia? Been here the whole time. Yeah, I know, Jim. I know, man. You chime in when it's most appropriate, believe me. Dude, it's too cold to be anything. Really? Come on, Felicia. You just put on some of them tauntaun jackets, get some of them flamers, the flame sticks. Hell, you can even do that with your saber. Don't tell me it's too cold. Cállate, cállate. Damn it. I'm gonna get the mama with the chunkla after you. Cause you got that new saber. I'm telling you. Better be ready. You better be ready, mama. I'm gonna call her. She gonna come after you with that chunkla. You guys, now I'm really interested in painting quite a few things. Now that I got the gloss black, but and I'm looking for different degrees. I even saw this like gunmetal the gunmetal spray, right? The gunmetal bluing or something. Oh shit, I forgot what it was. I saw it. I saw it at Walmart, but I think I also saw one at Home Depot, right? Since he goes, I agree with Felicia. It's 28 degrees here right now. Oh damn, 28. No, dude, Cincy, it's only it's only 40 here. I can wear shorts out, man, but it's raining cats and dogs, so it makes it a little bit worse. I can wear shorts and the hoodie, and I'm good. You know, but a little beanie, the hoodie, and some shorts, I'm good. I don't know, maybe some boots too. I'll wear some boots with my shorts, man. Yeah, I'm redneck style. Man, yeah. I'm just you gotta have fun, man. Have fun, guys. I mean, tomorrow's Halloween. How many of you guys going out? You guys going out, or you gonna just stick in? You're gonna oh Felicia, you're probably gonna I got a skull mask. Well, there you go. You got a skull mask. Okay, so you put that skull mask on, you get a little couple of LEDs, put them on your jacket there, and then take your saber out, and there you go, mama. You know, there you go. You're good to go. What's up, mate? How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we're talking about painting chassis tonight, man. How do you pronounce, man? You know what? Is that Chinese or is that Japanese? Since he says I'll be at work tomorrow night, so no dressing up for me. Oh yeah, it's always a killjoy, isn't it, man? Gotta work. Same here, dude. Same here. I'll be home same bet time, same bet channel, right? 9 o'clock at night, dude. Everything in my neighborhood stops right at 7 o'clock. Right up about 8:30, everything is just dead. Yeah, it's but I think it's good though because it is what it is. Yeah, I think it's actually good though, man, because when the kids go early and they get inside before it gets dark. I'm always appreciative of the parents that think that way because some of these adults out here, man, they get a little too stupid sometimes, and they really they're not watching out for the kids. They're just in for having a crazy time. And it's cool and everything, but they're not too worried about the kids that are not paying attention, the kids that are having a good time. And the kids deserve to have a good time, you know? They really, they really do deserve to have a good time without some idiot driving around and hurting somebody. So it's really appreciative that the parents get them out, have their fun, and then get it in early before the real idiots come out and ruin everything. Because, man, when I was growing up, I've seen some real idiots and damn near got run over a couple of times. And I mean, it's just unbelievably stupid people that have no sense of honor, do not care, and ruin things for kids. And some of these kids, they look forward to stuff like this. The ones that don't get too much stuff, they look for times like these. And when you have somebody who ruins it for them, it irks me. It really irks me. So, but when the parents get them out, let them have a good time, and then get them in before these idiots, yeah, that's always cool. That's always a positive. And like I said, I appreciate uh, parents that go with their kids. They dress up. They have a good time with them. I walk all over the place with my kids at times. And then there's times where my kids, were like, "Hey, Dad, you don't need to go with us. We're cool. Don't worry about it." So I stayed, a little bit of distance away. They're too cool for Dad. You got to let kids be kids, man. Because in this time and age, I mean, kids grow up too fast, dude. You got to let kids be kids at times. And even my teenagers right now, and you know, they're doing what they're doing instead of Dad. You don't want to do this. You don't want to watch this. No, they don't want to watch what Daddy wants to watch, and then Daddy don't want to watch what they want to watch. But sometimes we can find it in the middle, right? You got to find in the middle, make it work, make it work, right, Felicia? You make it work, baby, right? Um, and I think some of these, I really enjoy some of these spray paints because they have such a variety of colors, And a lot of these colors are not necessarily work well. You know, like with this saber, I think the color is just it works well with the black and silver and the gray, right? The colors just absolutely blend flawlessly together. And you can't with a great paint job in you see what works really well and what doesn't. I think it really makes some kind of your saber shine quite a bit too if you've done an appropriate paint job. Yeah, Rich, I really do too, man. As a matter of fact, I don't know. I really need to get a new I need to take it out and just get a new chassis for this damn thing. I gotta figure out what how soon that I want to do that because I am just tired of it not doing anything. hmm Kev about spray paints. Yeah, I know, right? Kev is just a master with spray paint, ain't he? I got you, man. Send up the saber. Yeah, dude, I will. I'll tell you what. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I want a little bit of that shine through on the bottom too. You know, I don't know about if I can get the edges in here, but man, right in here the shine through and up here, but it'll make it look cool. I know you can do it, man. I want to get it going, dude. I need to get it going. It just I love shelf queens, but something like this nice dude has not is not to be for shelf queen. I am sorry. This is not a shelf queen baby. This is a con baby. Yeah. This is a put on your hip and take it to con baby. Get it? Life. Put life. Life. I need life in here. Yes. Mundo's getting mad Mondays. Man, so what you guys got like on the roster as far as painting stuff, man? Rich, do you have some stuff you're painting up pretty soon? You have some more crystal chambers that you're gonna paint up? What little LED do you have in there, man? I think that might work for this one here, man. I like that. I like how it's perfectly that small. Is it just a regular like a piece of the strip LED? Is it just one of those, or maybe you round it off or something? Because I had thought about that too. I thought about maybe cutting one of those LEDs and then kind of rounded it off and stuff like that. Oh, okay, cool. 10 millimeter pixel. Okay, cool. Thank you, Rich. Yeah, I need to check that out, man. I think that's the way I'm gonna have to go is do it like that because I think it'll work phenomenally. Be badass. It'll be badass. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, for sure. I think this one is gonna go into the Vader. And I need to Titan says I need to swap out the chassis for my remnant. I'm missing using it. You're like me, dude, right? That's I really like the company Titan. I really do, and they have great customer service, man. And I have not had a chance to get that their new um chassis system that they have, their new you know their new board, so to speak, that they did. And man, I tell you, I haven't heard anything good or bad about it, so I can't say anything about it too much. I really hope that they did something spectacularly different for their soundboards, that they're working better than these, because you know, I know they worked hard on these, and I commend them for doing their own boards and everything, and I know it's a pain in the ass to get it working properly. And I think that when they did their production, I didn't think I don't think they really fully participated or anticipated, excuse me, in all the problems that it was going to have. And I think that they really should have killed a lot of the bugs, debugged it, and just kind of kept putting it through um, through testing. And I'm sure the one that they made for themselves was tested just fine. But I think there should have been more testing before they really put it out on the market. And hopefully, this new system that they have, this new board that they have, will really portray, a lot of the bug fixes that they had in their previous version. And I wish them all the well, because I mean they're a really good company and their customer service is really well. And I think um, a lot of people that have problems with them, they really truly address each and every one of them, and the owner is just spectacular, because I mean he's reached out to me and helped me out. I've sent it to him twice, and twice it came back working for a couple of days, and then it went bad again, and he's still, hey, send it back. But I just, I can't keep sending it back over and over again, until it gets right. I can run out of money quickly, just sending it back and forth. But I'm hoping that when, with the new, I guess they call it the Starbird, whatever, I think it's a Starbird is their name of their new board or something. I forgot what they called it. Because it's been a while since I really got onto the website, and I need to, because I think eventually I'm going to get another saber from them, right? Eventually, I can't decide what I want the Scion or something else, and I'm kind of looking into having at least two hilts from them at least. Um, both Tim and Jeremy done great retrofits for ES sabers. Really? Yeah, they have. They really have. Hey, Bobby, welcome. No, no, dude, you're not late, dude. Nobody's ever late on here, dude. I mean, you come, you come. Hey, nobody's ever late, man. You get here before I come off. Hey, it's all good, dude. You're never late, man. I know you were on there talking to Meg anyway, dude. So no worries. He did such a great show. He always does such a great show, man. And I'm so honored that he and I, get to talk, and he and I know each other, and in terms of Saber community, and I'm so honored that he mentions me on his site, and same here. Um, Meg is such a great person, Since he says, yes, I especially love Tim's conversions. Yes, Tim has got some great conversions, man. Unbelievably great. I really enjoyed them. I mean, these guys are in orbit with some of their builds, man. Greebly King, yes, absolutely, man. Greebly King. And eventually, I would love, like, I want to be able to do stuff like this, right? And eventually get to more Greeblies on stuff like this. Because I really enjoy stuff like this. I really do. Not, I mean, I'm not hating on anything. Don't get me wrong, but hardware stuff is dying out. I guess I'm just being a dinosaur, man. right? Hardware builds are kind of dying out. Everything now is 3D printed, but I want to be able to incorporate both the hardware and the 3D build, right? I want to be able to do kind of like in between both. If and I don't know if anybody feels the same way, but there's just something to say about, and it is some bitches. It ain't light, man. It ain't that light. It's got a little bit of weight to it here, especially up on the top. You know, it really is. I mean, it really feels like it's got some weight to it. And you want a little bit of weight. You don't want it to be like super light either, because you want some authenticity to the weight of the saber. I think if the saber's a little too light, I mean, it should be light, but not too light, right? You want it to feel authentic. You don't want to, like this one, man. Perfect weight on this. Nothing wrong with an old school build. They're really cool in their own right. Well, thank you, Cindy. Yeah, I think so too, right? And I mean, all builds are absolutely phenomenal. Whether you go 3D printed with a bunch of greeblies, whether you go old school like that, whether you go new school, old school, or in between, everything's going to be phenomenal, right? It's just about how you go about making it and making it look right, making it look good. Take your time with it. Like Rob always said, if you rush it, you wreck it, right? And as a matter of fact, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but I would love to get Rob on here on the show. I'm going to email him, and maybe one day he'll be able to come on the show. Even if it is for 30 minutes or something, right? I hope maybe one day I'll get enough time to maybe get enough time where I can come earlier, on Mondays, come on the show a little bit earlier, or maybe have to switch a day. I don't know. We'll see how things work out. But Mundo Madness Monday is it will be here, and then and then of course Meg is back on Mondays, which is awesome, right? Because he started out on Mondays way before I did. So, and we're not trying to step on each other's toes and anything like that. So, you know, um, I want to make sure that I want to be able to build my audience a lot more as well, and have more engagement with everybody, because like I said, the goal here in Mundo Madness Mondays is like we're sitting across from the table and talking and BSing with each other, having a drink and talking sabers and everything else, man. It doesn't have to be just one, like a one-way conversation either. I want to hear everybody's opinion. I want to hear what they like, what they don't like. Um, but everybody's opinion needs to be respected too, right? I believe even if we agree to disagree, be respectful in your opinions, because the saber community is pretty awesome. And if you don't like a specific saber and everything like that, that's fine. It's all good. But be respectful, right? I mean, you don't have to be an ass about things. And I've seen some people be like total ass about things, and that ain't right. It was just like, really, dude. I mean, we're all here to have fun and chill with sabers, and you want, oh, yeah, oh, come on, dude, come on. Don't kill the vibe, man. Don't kill the vibe. Have a drink. You know what? You ever watch Richard? Let's see, was it? No, it was Eddie Murphy Raw, right? Where he was talking about how Richard Pryor and was talking to Bill Cosby, and Bill Cosby told him that you can't say the word, fuck. So okay, Eddie Murphy, is telling him, Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor goes, well, he says, do you tell the audience that? Do the audience laugh? And he says, yeah, okay. And he told Bill to shut the fuck up, have a coke, and smile. And I believe that's I believe that everybody needs to have fun with things and not be such a killjoy sometimes. Um, have fun with it. I mean, it doesn't matter if you color what you color it red, you color it green, you color it blue. Hell, all the different shades of the blades are different colors, right? Red, blue, green, yellow. Yeah, right. So why not do? I mean, and especially if you're building different theme sabers. Like, I have several theme sabers in mind that I want to do. And if I want to color it this way and if I want to color it that way, so what? You know what? I mean, it's going to look badass eventually. It may not come out right, but hey, eventually I'll change up things and make it better. You live and learn, right? But you got to have fun with things. Have fun with it. Don't just "Uh, uh." Man, Bobby says, love some Richard Pryor, love out loud. Oh, dude, he was the best, man. He was cool, man. I love watching him. Like Benji says, we're playing with toys, man. It's not that serious. Right? Absolutely. These are adult toys. No, you can, if you really want to get serious, you can beat the shit out of somebody with it, but I don't recommend it because you do one or two things. You fuck up that person and you fuck up your saber. To me, I'd say I fuck up the saber more than I would the person. So that would be a bad choice. I love the saber too much. Yeah, yeah. But they're toys, man. Honestly. And if you're a collector, okay, if you're a collector like I am, and if you watch, you know, a lot of collecting shows and like the Collector's Outpost, right, John, and he has some fantastic stuff. Chuck, whether the Saber Hill looked really good when I clear coated matte, dulled some of the chrome, retouch up. Oh, there you go. Adult toys. I don't think I would tell people that. I walked right into that one, Cindy. Okay, I wa- I didn't even realize what I said, man. You're right. Woo, yeah, no, not good, not good. Uh, it's too late to take that one back. Jim says, friend called them grown up most awesome flashlights. There you go. Awesome flashlights, right? I went there too, Cindy. I walked right into that one, man. That was my fault. Damn. Yeah, yeah. I'm allowed one fuck up, okay, guys? Well, actually, I fuck up quite a bit, so yeah. What can I say? But I bet I made y'all laugh at it. Yep, yep. That was my goal. Come on, guys. My goal is to make people laugh. So, hey, it happens, even at the expense of myself sometimes. Yeah. Oh my goodness. What an evening, though. It's nice in here, man. It's actually nice in my garage. I'm not even tonight on Saber Talk. Porn music starts, Jim. Oh my god. Woo! The 70s music, right? What do you call it? The disco porn music. Oh shit. Brown chicken, brown cow. Oh lord. Oh my god. Different part of the galaxy. Oh lord. Oh, don't even get me started with the different part of the galaxy, man. My gosh. People will start thinking porn names for Lay and all them, right? Actually, I did at one time. I got so wasted one time. I started naming all the Star Wars characters with porn names. Sad, right? Very sad. My buddy and I, we got so totally wasted. It was unbelievably stupid, dude. Underground or back door? What Sith Lord are you? Oh Lord. Oh Jesus. I'm telling you, man. If you get so demented like I am, if you get as demented as I am when you've been drinking, oh Lord, it's bad. I tell you what, man, and I tell you, one of the characters. Can you name one? What would you say for Darth Vader? I want to hear what you guys have to say about Darth Vader. What would you call him? Wholesome. This is not. When have I ever been wholesome, Jim? Jesus. I drink for crying out loud. Now, I don't drink to get totally drunk anymore, but damn, this is not a kiddie show. We are here to have fun. Trick or treat, man. Yeah, we won't turn in this into a porn show because, Jesus, it'd be bad. What do you call it? YouTube might ban me, so there'll be no more Mundo Madness Monday because Mundo gets too madness too much. Black Daddy is Vader porn name. Black Daddy. That's a good one. No, Jim, I'd call him Dark Vibrator, dude. I tell you. Yeah, I think that one works better than Black Daddy. But that's the '70s version, Jim. That'd be the '70s version. Jesus. Woo. Woo. I think it stopped raining. My goodness. It stopped raining after that, right? Jeez. My goodness. And time flies when you're having fun. Oh my goodness, man. It really flies. 1977. Yep, 2 years after I was born, man. Lord Helmet! Yes, Bobby. I love that movie, man. They did such a great job. And I was watching the one of the documentaries on there, and um Mel Brooks talked to George about making it, right? And George told him that you can make it as long as you do not produce any toys off of it. Isn't that something? Did you all know about that? Have you all heard that? I didn't even hear that until a couple of, days ago. It's like, God dang, are you serious? Yeah, Spaceballs is great, man. Oh, I tell you, I laughed for hours. I had been drinking and I'm watching that movie, and I had busted a gut for almost 3 hours straight, rewinding it to where Rick Moranis, when they're going into ludicrous speed, right, and they stop all of a sudden, he flies across the screen and hits the control panel, right? He gets up, and we stopped, yeah, yeah, and then let's take five, smoke if you got him, and then he falls over, right? But before that, when he's screaming across the the screen flying, I couldn't get enough of that, and I was just rewinding and playing it, and I probably did that for about 2.5 hours of that same scene, busting a gut. I couldn't stop. I really couldn't stop playing it. It was just that funny when I was drinking that heavy, and it was great though. It was great. I'd never laughed so much in my life. You ever get those scenes? Like they made planned a sequel, but the studio canned it even though the whole cast was up for a second show. Yeah, they did. Um, and I think it was the studios that did that. It wasn't everybody else, Jim. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because the studio didn't want to have the. I don't know if they were selling the rights to the movie or they had a problem with something else that was going on in terms of financing it. Um, it wasn't because of George as well either, because Mel had already talked to George about what he could do and what he couldn't do, and that is why he made the like when he was with the merchandise that in the other part of the movie that you saw, the search for more money. That was oh, the studio got mad at Mel. Really? Really? I didn't know that. I had thought it was just the opposite. Wow. The studio got mad at Mel. Huh. Did he do something he wasn't supposed to, or what? Oh, how did that come about? Because I didn't hear that though. That's interesting. Super interesting. Hey, what happened to do with the Chinese writing here or Japanese writing? Where'd he go? Is he still here? Hey, mate, you still around? Not sure if he's still around. The studio got okay. Um, but that yeah, I really wish they had done that. I really wish they had made a sequel. I think that would have been I think the sequel had probably done just as good as the first one. If Mel does a pretty good job at his parody movies, but who knows? Shit happens. Shit happens. Oh, there comes the rain again. It starts and it stops. It starts and it stops. Boy, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. I want to see how many of you really like plan on doing like do you like the darker colors or the brighter colors or the duller colors in these chassis? I know that like the dark tones to the light tones come out really well, or maybe even the light tones to the darker tones, and then in between come out pretty decently as well. But I've seen some of these hilts, and I think Tim has gotten some really great ones that some of the bright colors pop everything else out. I mean, it just pops everything like the 3D, and it should be. And it's unbelievably like like the colors here on the hoodie, man. And all the colors work really well, right? And some colors just bring out other colors on top of that. I mean, just the layers of colors, right? Mel had the full script okayed by the studio and the cast was on board, but then when he said a sequel would be in the works, the studio pulled out the project. Just because he said it was being in the works? Jeez. Talk about your tight asses, right? I guess they didn't I guess they didn't want him to have that much control over it. I guess they wanted to be the ones that had all the control. I think he should have had well, he never invested any of his money in the projects themselves, so I think if he did that, like like George did, then I think he would have pulled it off. And it would have been just as good a sequel as any, man. I think it really would have been just as good. Now, you know what I find is that the chassis for the F-16, and that's another thing. I've got to continue working on the F-16. I had it almost done. I had it all the way done, and I screwed up because I had it on the edge, and I pulled and I hit the table, and it pulled the damn board right off the thing right here, and it snapped some things off the board, and I screwed up the board. So now I'm gonna have to rewire it. Uh, and as you see, I have the pins right here, and I had the pins all wired, everything all wired up, ready to go. And I pull it, and I screwed it up. Like, oh no! So I'm gonna have to go back and rewire it and do that and see how that goes. But you know, when I put the chassis in the F-16, the little the MOSFET uh got broken when I put it in there. So I don't know if I maybe need to um sand it down or get something in here to hold the board down when I put it in there. There's a few things here that I gotta do. And you know what? And with Albert's chassis, check this out. This is crazy, right? Albert chassis, Albert Flores from Smuggler's Outpost for the F-16, right? The F-16 chassis is crazy that it fits. Ugh, damn. And now this thing don't want to come out. Go figure, right? God damn it. Uh, I think they thought Lucas might sue them, so I think they just were mad at how Great Mel did the first run out. I think so too, Jim. I honestly believe that they didn't believe that it was going to be as good as it was. Cause and you know, studio executives, man, they want to have that control of that money. They want to have the control of that money, right? So as I was saying, man, I got it off. I think. Oh, I hope I didn't break it. Damn it. Let's see. Look at this. Look at this. Check this out. Right? Check this out. Watch this. Look at that. Look at that. My God. I'm gonna have to get one of these for this thing, right? Look at that. Perfect fit. Isn't that amazing? So now I'm gonna have to get one of those for this thing and then figure out how to put it all the way down and secure it in there like that. Now, what I'm going to do also with this chassis, well, not this chassis, but this Saber, right, is I'm gonna put these on here like this. I think the color's gonna look pretty damn good with these on there, right? Of course, I need to find a spacer how I can get the spacer on here, and I'm not sure how many I'll be able to fit on here. Whether it's gonna be four, three, I don't know, but yeah, I think you know it'll be kind of cool though. It'll look good, man. It'll look good. See that? Ooh, I think it'll look good. So a lot of ideas, right? You know, the one thing that really kind of irks me sometimes though about myself is that I have all these ideas and then it's just hard to commit to just one idea. And then I have the idea, but I don't follow through with it all the way through and see if it really works or not. Because then I go to something else and it's like, oh, man, I should just shut my mouth and did it and done it and be done with it, right? So my problem is I procrastinate on things. I put it down and then I never come back to it. I start something else and then, I need to just sit here, finish one project and then move to the next because I'm not getting anywhere with any project. That's just my problem. I need to get myself in control. Control you need. So, well, yeah. What do you call it? Yoda over here. He's gonna be telling me, "You can do it. You can do it." My goodness, the time has by. Wow. Ooh, and that rain is getting louder and louder, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let y'all go tonight. It's been a blast with you guys. So Jim, Cindy, Rich, Felicia, Chet. I mean, thank you guys so much for showing up tonight. Right to Chuck and Bobby Titan. Man, I still appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with me. Such always a pleasure. Love you guys so much. And for those of you guys watching later on, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Meg, love you, man. I love you guys. It's so much fun to come on here and do this and hang out with you guys. And so and then I got to give thanks always to Space Windu. Hey, happy Hallows Eve too, man. Of course, I've always got to give praise to Space Windu for allowing me to stay and keep doing Mundo Madness Mondays on the Civilized Saber channel. Without him, Mundo Madness wouldn't be possible. And for us to get together, have a good time, talk sabers, talk drinks, talk, about anything really, man, that makes us happy, to have a good time, to have fun. And you know, for everybody out there, always make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to come on the channel, hey, give me a you can always hit me up at my email e_cabrera I at yahoo.com. You can also get me through Instagram, Facebook, my YouTube channel at Mundo Cabrera 7007. So and for those of you who are newbies and you've got questions, and if I can answer them for you, I can answer them for you. If you want to talk about a certain subject, hit me up on the emails and what you guys want to talk about. I'd love to talk about other things as well. Whatever you have on your mind in terms of sabers, saber talk, we can do that. And we can carry the tradition on uh, of saber talk with uh, space and Gabe at times. If when they have time to come on, because we also need to make sure that we keep honoring Heshi's you know memory. Since his passing, and make sure that he loved all things sabers, man. So keep his memory alive, keep saber talk alive, and understand that he would want to have a good time. I can't do a complete Heshi rant, but every once in a while I may do one, just to honor Heshi. So but we can talk about other Star Wars shows too. I mean, we're not going to limit, just certain things on here. We're here to have a good time, man. So come on, give me an email, give me a shout out. Whatever the hell you want to talk. Star Wars lore. Email me up and let's talk about it. Um, I've got shows coming up in terms. We're gonna have some more sessions on font makers. Font nights. Nights of the font table. We're gonna do several sessions of there. I've gone to do a show about chassis building, so I want to do get some people on here for to print the chassis and to showcase their chassis. different techniques for their chassis. I've got tons and tons of stuff that we can talk about and do on here. Lots to lots of content and for everybody to come on here and have a good time with. And if there's anything specific that you guys want to talk about, like I said, hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Facebook, and let's get the party started, man. Let's keep this party rocking and rolling, dude. Let's get more people on. Let's get more people subscribed. Let's get more people in, chiming in and let's get this party bigger, guys. Let's get this party bigger. Uh, I want to have a good time with as many people as I can get, and I hope that you certainly had as good a time as I have. I always enjoy talking to everybody, man, no matter what. So, and sky's the limit, fun's the limit. No, there's never a limit on fun. So, Cindy, guys, everybody, peace out. Love you guys. Let me see if I can brand out here. I'm all like, hey, it's time to brand out. Later.